Isn't any guidance yet? Okay, there's one guided. Here's two guidance. Oh no. The sign. There we go. All right. So here we are to you all. All righty. Namaste, namaste, namaste to you all. Islam, Islam, Islam. I am Hassan Ghazi Obey here in Morocco at Northwest of Maxim. How are you? All right, welcome you all to our 7-day Tropic Medical Astro Weather Report brought to you by no other than 7HealStar.com Astrology Firm. It's so great to see you guys. How have you been? We see you, I know, like every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, being the consistent, upstanding, certified professional astrologers that we are, as well as physicians and metaphysicians. Respectfully saying, without the demand of any lower self energies, upon us. However, with that being said, guys, we're let me first and foremost make sure you guys know who is here with me as you do every cycle, who my magnificent and beloved brothers in whom I am well pleased are, and they are
Islam. I am Terrell Tamari Bey. How art thou?
I am Brother Benjamin Bay. How it be?
Hi,
Islam.
Hi, baby. All right.
It is love to
Yes.
you.
Oh man. So let me come in here to the chat, say my greetings, my peaceful greetings to whomever shows, whatever they show. Because guys don't mind if I monologue for a short bit and then we get right into it. I looked at last cycles. Some people are like, why do they monologue so much in the beginning before just getting right to it? I mean, I'm just, because we just were speaking briefly about how we are like the trend-setting Moors when it comes to astrology and civics and in being consistent and sincere. After us getting our elementary lessons from RVDayPublications.com by way of the information shared by Brother Taj Tariq Bey to Mother Rosmariah V. Bey, and it being set there, and we're actually able to learn from the people that assist with that platform, which allows us to mature, fully, firmly, and consistently in perpetuity, continuing to mature as we study. And we realize, we're at a point in our life where we realize that this is the point where some people sell out, because what we realize, though, is that we have a luxury metaphysician presentation for you all that, it's very affordable. However, it's luxury and may be expensive because most people's lives are thriving off of lies. So they're much more comfortable with living their life and it being, consistent with what's popular and what will make, other people, care about what they think about it, I guess, or something like that. So, a lot of times, people will think oh, well, let me go and ask the people how they would like me to be so that they could support us more. And I'm kind of like, we're not going to make the mistake like Mercedes did. Mercedes made the mistake of trying to make a car to compete with Honda Civic. Maserati ain't do that. Neither did Aston Martin. I don't see Lamborghini making an economy-size land conveyance to compete with the Honda Civic. That just doesn't make sense to me. All right? So with that being said, that's why we just set the tone. We got a lot of people out there that we share the information with. We give love. We don't look for love in return, even though we know a lot of people are still working out their little sums that they've got to solve and things of that nature. And then, it's like, do we continue to act humble so that people can go along and get along with us so we don't seem like we're above their heads? And then I thought to myself, sharing my brothers, anybody says that we're going above their head or we're speaking above their head, the response to that is you're listening below our speech. We're not speaking fast, you're listening slow. We're not speaking above your heads, you're listening below our speech. And a lot of times when people are in front of a camera with lights and have gadgets and things to assist them, have, members that are brothers for real. And then, because, since you telling the truth and been, I guess in their eyes, some kind of successful,
then what normally happens is, you know, the opposite of consistent support happens, because now the Me Too comes in, right? And it's like, well, how does this guy, well, some of us are fucking superheroes that were just supposed to just look like regular people, but some of us can't help but to always be in our fezzes. What do you expect there? You know what I mean? So when you're a horror hero, I mean, it's like, it is what it is. And so what I realize to share with my brothers, because they've always been saying this, but me, you know, I give people A's so they earn their F's, or remove themselves from our groups that we include them in, because, you know, most people, they're still solving their sums and they're going through their psychological shortcomings. So instead of being consistent brothers, what most people do, they find a way to mutiny. And what I think is being tough for most people to comprehend is that we're giving you what you all need, even our elders. However, some people are just comfortable with where they're at within the Moorish movement. They're not going to go any further. Or they will go further. They're just not going to take it from 7HealStar. So they got to go to someone else who got the information from 7HealStar, and then they'll listen to them. This is how it goes. That's how it goes. Because we don't hold back. We're not going to hold back, right? We definitely don't do the hold back there. Hold on, let me get Brother Benjamin back in here and add the spotlight. We don't hold back at all. And so what we actually end up doing is allowing ourselves to just be consistent and stay consistent. So yeah, guys, pretty sure you're going to see the bros on each of our individual, social media accounts, just doing our different, things that we do, in exercising the strongest weapon in our hand, and that's our free national press, right? So that's what we will be making sure is on point and bringing to you guys, making sure that you have that for yourselves, because, some of you guys are not going to hear what we said today till 3 years from now. And we know that's who we are. And shout out to Brother Corey Bay, like he said the other day, spaceships don't come equipped with rear view mirrors, they dip, quoting Andre 3000. And that's what we're not doing. We're not, sometimes people are like, oh, you're speaking over our head, y'all moving so fast. And it's like, nah, you just don't want to grow up yet. Maybe your alarm clock hasn't gone off for you to really wake up. But what we're not going to do, we're not going to marginalize ourselves so you guys are comfortable. Like, fuck that. Like, your comfortability, you're way more comfortable with Louis Vuitton and shit and all this other stuff. You're there. So people cater to that. And you keep going for it. But what we're going to do is we're going to actually be consistent with the reality, which is the definition pertaining to truth, be living truth. Because we would much rather be living truth and get sincere support when people do whatever, than be living lies and get all this phenomenal support and views. No. That's not how I see 7HealStar. I don't see 7HealStar that way. All righty. I just don't. And I guess I'll be the bad guy in someone's narrative. Like, didn't I say that to my bros earlier? Hey, look, man, I'll be the bad guy in someone's narrative, that because they're just like, oh man, these guys just tell the truth. They're speaking the truth. They're telling the truth. Like, that's a bad guy. Yeah, say what you want to say. But I'm not going to be the good guy because I'm living a lie in your narrative. In your narrative, I'm only the good guy because I'm sitting here catering to your bullshit. And I don't encourage that even with my bros. My bros don't encourage that with me. And I really think probably some of my brothers would be like, shit, man, it's about time. I'm tired of having to talk or deal with these motherfuckers that's claiming they're Moorish American or claiming they're sincere, or anyone that claims they want to learn or study or really take themselves seriously. Look, guys, you're about to see a whole nother level of consistency. You're going to keep it a band with you. And really, at the end of the day, man, we just really hope you guys and we know you guys are going to enjoy it, because what we're giving you is what you need. You know what I mean? So you'll glean accordingly from us or whatever. You'll do whatever. Some people will be honorable behind our back. Some people will just be effeminate males with hoop earrings getting licks in. Oh man, some brothers are just homosexual under their fezzes, man. They really are. It's like, bro, this is about nature's God and nature's law, man. You got to make sure you're a man inside and out. All right. Anywho, so with that being said, any other questions, comments, and or suggestions? I know I'm going in, right? I know, right? I make my bros seem like they're the most kind-hearted beings because it seems like I'm jive talking. I'm not. I'm not. I'm just going to tell the truth. I'm supposed to tell the truth too. Right? It's just like you guys are more probably into kind of like, I don't know how you really feel about us, but you know, I'm pretty sure it's just all, you guys probably like everybody else a little more. So
Hilarious.
let me tell the truth, and you guys going like my brothers a little more, and you gonna see that they ain't fucking around with you either.
You like the bros in private.
I know, right? I'm gonna go listen to that weather report that I don't support when it's really on during the daytime, and I'm gonna listen to everybody else is around.
Oh man.
We all know that happens. Bro, come on, man. We all know it happens. We all know it happens. See, the thing is too about 7HealStar, we're not your gigolo astrologers. And so it pisses, you know, sometimes it pisses some of the women off, whether it's our Albion daughters or our Moorish mothers, that, you know, we're not sex symbol Moorish Americans, you know, with astrology and shit. So look, man, I love being like this because I get to see how phony people really are. And then they'll fight vehemently and defend themselves about, no, I'm real. No, you're not. No, you're not, because we took a journey with the stuff that's real. And we see why a lot of people won't take this path, because it calls for you to be honorable. And not too many people have it in them. That's why they're dead too. Death before dishonor, right? You can't be honorable, you must be dead. I know they're breathing air, they think, but they're dishonorable. You know? And that's how this goes, guys. That's how we got to do this. That's how this goes. That's how we do this. And eventually people will really start to go, you know what? That guy is actually correct, because not because he's telling me and I want to think he's correct because he told me. No, it's correct because I finally had that unrelation with inside myself or whatever. So I can be honest with myself, which is basically why 7HealStar even exists. It exists because we're honest with ourselves. The foundation is so strong on honesty, it's ridiculous. All right. All righty. Let me go and do this real quick. Brother Sean, what's going on, bro?
Islam, broskis.
Peace and greetings to you, man.
Islam, bro.
All I had to say was, who's those brothers? Who's those brothers?
I know, right? Real fine. Pause. But you know, that's because we're in the mindset and spirit that is outside of these Negro Black colored keep-ups. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people out there in turbans and fezzes wanting to go along and get on, or they're Moorish American and they'll start wearing apparel and modified fezzes with brims and no tassels and shit. You know what I mean? And just so they can seem like they down with the people. Shut your dumb ass up. That's selling out too. Fucking sellouts. I ain't selling out. How dare you say I'm a sellout? I've been doing. Put your fez on and be yourself. No? Oh, you ain't got to always wear a fez. That's being dogmatic. Is it? Or are you just inconsistent? Remember, truth is that which is consistent with reality. And I keep telling you how people love a lie. They love inconsistency. I'm just saying. Yeah, it's not me wagging my finger at you guys. This is just me saying, when it's going to look at 7HealStar as a really great example of just tell the fucking truth. A lot of people are not going to do it because they would much rather get it from their
peer group, but we're just really, pardon me, let me say me. I'm just learning a lot of brothers that I embrace and I really thought was my brothers. They just really been haters the whole fucking time, actually. It's like they hate 7HealStar Astrology Firm. It's like, dang, man, it ain't never did nothing to you. That's why we about to do this in your face, just like this. Watch, we about to do something in your face real quick. Look. Let's do this in a face real quick. Boom. Right? I mean, who knows how much content we've created, bro? I mean, we've got calendars, coloring books, astrology notes for people, a library on astrology and civics that we compile. Like, come on, man. Eventually, you guys get it. We're just not going to be no kiss asses. So if you want us to speak a certain way, or you want to, I like the rest of the firm, I don't like Hassan. Well, hold on, let me say, how do the medical, fuck you. There we go. That's what it is for me. So it's kind of on some shit like, really, like, guys, you got to really get your head out your ass and realize you guys are spoiled brats. I can say that because my mother's only child. I know what it's like to be spoiled brats that wanted a certain way. You want to be able to learn yourself in an environment that's comfortable for you. How do you even know what comfortable is? You're dead. you're a fucking idiot. You're right. Oh, he's so mean. That's not how you make your business thrive, talking to people like that. What? I'm sorry. Let me lie to them. Y'all the most intelligent people ever. You just need to be reminded. So just, allow yourself to open your heart and be reminded. They don't know, man. Hey, schedule a reading, and we'll show you how this shit works. Right? Real simple. We'll show you how it works. All righty, real simple. You know what I mean? But we'll get back to the singing and dancing with the video making and shit, because that's what the fuck you like anyway. Because most people don't want to be grown. They just want to be like grown body retards. So for you grown body retards out there, unless you're sincere Moorish Americans or sincere sentient beings, and you're just like, oh, well, I just, I didn't know. So now let me be sincere and do this. Cool. Great. Welcome along with us in studying. Other than that, the rest of you guys can go and find all the means to try to get all the benefits of being Moorish American without being Moorish American. Good luck with that, because nobody else is going to sit and laugh and say, I told you so, but I think I am. And I don't give a fuck. And it's still love in my heart because we already told you ahead of time. So at that point, it's like, hey, look, this motherfucker we already told, don't do that shit. Now they doing it. Now they sitting there suffering. I don't applaud people suffer. I give love, don't look for love in return. I give the bestest in me and look for the bestest in others. However, what I'm going to say is, guys, there's got to come a point in time where you got to realize some of y'all just grown as shit, spoiled, and you're scared out this motherfucker because they done let y'all have to be 6 feet away from one another and suffocate yourself for the last couple of years, and you don't know how to think or act. 7HealStar ain't skipped one fucking beat. We still consistent. Ain't put on one fucking mask either. 7HealStar Astro Calendar, March Aries 2022 to February Pisces 2023. See, man, because we're living truth, man. And anybody that's mad at that, man, just recognize and reflect that you love a lie and you live lies. Time never was when man was not, quote unquote. And we're quoting El-Hajj Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali, doing religious corporate activity, being Prophet Noble Drew Ali, right? That's why I love it, man. I love declaring my nationality, man, because, like, even when we go to, like, the jurisprudent gyms and we hear how these people talk shit about Moorish Americans, man, you just be, I done seen it long enough, so I just kind of sit and wait for people's destructions to happen. I'm keeping it a band with you. I'm not praying on your downfall. I just know the outcome. I really do. I've been seeing it happen so many times. I know the fucking outcome. It's like, oh, hey, look, this dumbass is about to really get the dumbass reward. Fire sign Leo, the lion, all right? Contemporarily and anciently ruled by the sun. And we're also looking at Virgo, right? That's for that next, hold on, give me 1 second here. Right? That's for August. So we're finishing up here in July, guys, right? That's that water sign Cancer, the crab ruled by Luna, and also has within that particular month, July, right? Truth or July. Anyway, Fire sign Leo, ruled by the sun, anciently and contemporarily. All right, for that also. So, guys, you see, we're knocking out the 28th to the 3rd August. So, 28th July, and starting off for Thursday is Brother Benjamin Bay. That Friday is Terrell Tamari Bay. Let me zoom in without seeming like I'm trying to change it there. Kicking off those 4 testimonies for the new moon is Brother Benjamin Bay. 29th, Brother Terrell Tamari Bay. Saturday and Sunday for the 30th and the 31st, it is I, Brother Hassan Gazio Bay. And then we'll move on to the month that has Leo and Virgo in it. Fire and earth sign, Lion and Virgin, ruled by Sun and Mercury, right? Next for August, and you see that Monday will be Brother Terrell Tamari Bay. All righty, for those 5 testimonies there. That Tuesday, Brother Benjamin Bay. All righty. And that Odin's Day, that Woden's Day, right? That Mercury Day, Wednesday, I will complete there also. All right, so that's what we're going over, guys. It's what we're knocking out here. All righty. Gonna go back here, stop my screen share, start the screen share on the other computer. My beloved brothers, do I need any correction? Was I talking too much in the beginning? Did I say some things that could rub people the wrong way? Should I just, capitulate and sell out and stop telling the truth and just say whatever will make people spend Federal Reserve notes or Cash App exchanges with us? Should I do that? Or should I virtue signal as if I'm doing a community service and then tell people it's not about money, but I say you can just send me $400 a year and you'll have access to this shit. Just showing how phony I really am deep down in my heart. Man, I can't wait till some people realize that they ain't declare and proclaim their nationality. They're fucked. I just can't wait. But any losers, no corrections. Okay. Let's get it on. Let's do the screen share over here. Boom, chakalaka, tick taka. Don't stop her. See, people don't realize that we gotta do our thing and manage what it is that we do. We managing this thing too. Seriously. So we gotta speak for ourselves all the time. Slaves gotta find somebody else to represent them, manage their affairs. We're not talking over your heads. You're just listening below our speech. Never forget that. I yield the floor to my beloved brother in whom I am well pleased, Brother Benjamin Bay. There's the sunrise there for you, and I'll set up that next one also. Let's see, do I have Benjamin spotlighted again? Let's see, add to spotlight.
Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, now I hear you. Now I just saw your message too. It's saying that the signal not trying.
I was trying to like figure something out there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I can see the chart.
You can see it.
And my iPad as well, but I can watch YouTube on my iPad and it's doing as far as I know. So I can like see the chart. As long as you can like hear me, I don't know if that's play the part, but I can do the delineation, but you won't be able to see me, but I can view it via YouTube because I can't see it on my phone because it keeps saying you're trying to screen share it and it'll show the screen.
Oh, okay. I'll stop the screen share again. Let me stop it and start it over. Because it did glitch on me too for a split second. Add spotlight. No worries. You already know, man. We done spoke early, bro. I told you where I'm at. I'm so focused. I don't give a fuck about we gonna still be consistent, man. Ain't too many brothers that stick together that's consistent, that's Moorish American, man. Everybody else on some secret mushroom popping, show you my sweaty body parts. Bullshit.
Bro.
Yeah.
Yo, brother, son.
What'd he say? Stop,
brother, son.
Brother Jag is funny. Yes, I'm listening, brother Benjamin. I can't hear you.
Let's
That's
see.
why via YouTube, you know what I mean? To do, they just won't be able to
Freaking that, bro.
see.
Let's see. I'm on YouTube also.
Yeah, I was saying, like, could you bring up the dial, the wheel?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I wanted to see. I wanted to give my computer a chance to see. Did it share with you yet? Is it sending the signal fully?
No, it's not, because my phone is like buffering. Like, it's not you, bro. It's my device.
All right. Boom.
iPad.
We can figure this
So
out.
you can just pull up the wheel via like if I'm watching on YouTube, I can see the wheel.
Yeah, no worries. But that'll probably do though. It's just going to, it's going to be delayed maybe like 30 seconds or whatever. I mean, there's no worries. There's no worries, man. I'm about to like I said, what we can do is or if we need to fill in, I need to do something or whatever, like that too or whatever. But I'm pretty sure you probably got a report and everything, brother. Yeah. So
I see the chart in the corner right there. All right. I see the chart.
You said you start in the corner?
Yeah, I made the.
Yeah, that is a signal.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you came back. You went out.
All right. So I'm going for the moon in Leo and then 3.
Yeah, there's still a sunrise right here, actually.
All right. Gotcha. All right, for Thursday, July 28, 2020, 600 hours, 7 minutes, 47 seconds. The day of Mercury, the hour of Saturn, and on the rise there at 5 degrees Leo, 20 minutes. And that is the homicidal aviation and accidents degree. If I'm correct. Because I remember the Wish Monday, John is going over the wow, all right. But my first
Hold on. Got you, bro. 2 seconds.
creativity or what, like, yeah.
There you go. I think that's it. 0, 0 at Leo. 236-ish, 235, 46. All right, I yield. Islam.
The moon in Leo right there, 12th house, 1 degree, 1 degrees Leo, 46 minutes in the 12th. All right, so what?
Oh, you're still seeing that because you're going off of YouTube. All right, so I'll feed it to you. This one, you said your first testimony, right?
Right, we judge that, so someone may, be judging what you're going to create, so you're gonna have to let that go and just keep creating, like bro said. All right.
Yeah, Leo is in Luna's, and we're gonna feed it to you like when you did that travel that day. I'm just gonna tell you. All right. Luna's in Leo in the 2nd house. That's what you got for your ingress. 0 degree Leo.
All right. Oh, no wonder. There we go. My bad. That was me. I didn't hit the other thing. All right. Here we go. The moon is 0 degrees, Leo, 6 minutes. In the 2nd house of finances right here. So the matter at hand is organizing our finances, to possibly get something so we can, finish that creation that we're doing. You know what I mean? And Pluto is right there in our reflections, making sure we make the right decision, or, you may feel judged about the decision you're making, but don't feel judged because, this is a quote unquote judge of society, and you're going to be doing this for yourself, because when the sun is out, you only can see the sun. So that's you. So make sure when you make this purchase that you have a little left over, because Pluto is there, so it's going to like all or nothing. So this may be like a big purchase, or like a small purchase that makes a big impact, what you're trying to create. And I'll yield right there for the moon ingressing into Leo into the second house. And I'll get into the moon conjunct, the sun conjunct the moon.
Yep, it's happening. To be fully correct, it's all happening in the 9th house.
All right.
So, Luna.
You see,
wait, huh?
Hello? I'm
Yeah,
good.
bro, you're back. I was like,
excuse me.
I'm like,
I just read
No,
some
I'm not.
stupid shit. My apologies. Goodness gracious.
all right.
9th house. Solar Luna.
Sun and moon in the 9th house in a conjunction. So you have the mind and the heart here at one, seeing the actual truth in self and the truth that you see or you want to see, but you don't have to be the roaring.
Oh. Well, maybe Brother Benjamin was going too hard with that Cloran. Now they don't do this to him on Friday. We're gonna finish up that Cloran either way. You want to see my face? Anyway, I'm just saying, man. Solar Luna conjunction. What we'll do is maybe Brother Sean can fill in, because I know it's. Well, no, hold on. Benjamin's back. Okay, Brother Benjamin's back.
Yo.
Yeah, it's like
I appreciate you guys.
It's all good. It's like the signals in and out. And
So all right. Basically, see the royal truth that you feel that is honor to you. So whatever the reflection you see across the stage that you may come across from, that may make you want to embark on this new journey. And not to be cliche, this could be an astrology reading. You know what I mean?
Oh.
But
Damn, that's that fucking. That's Uranus and Mars and Uranus, man.
I'm just put all of my devices in a river.
Don't do that.
Y'all just have to like see flip side or something.
It's all good.
For instance, but the sun and the moon conjunct in the 9th house. The royal truth. Embark on a new steady. See yourself in different steadies. You know what I mean? Because the sun does transit more than one sign. So be like the sun, and be Rotarian in what you study and what you come across, and that's what the 9th house is about, with it modernly being modern and anciently ruled by Jupiter, of expansion of philosophy, foreign travels, so, step into some new studies and shine in a new way, it still be you, but reinvent the way you want to learn things, and I yield for the sun and the moon conjunct in the 9th house for 13,000, 55 minutes. According to your calendar, if you got your calendar, you're reading along with us.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, it do say 1355 on the calendar. They're like this one 1715, but it's 17. Oh,
yeah, 15. That's Mercury in a little tension with Uranus. That's what we're dealing with now, huh? A little bit. Here we go. Let me get that YouTube ready. And this is happening in Uranus is in the 5th house, and Mercury is in the 8th house. So we have creativity and inheritance. All right. So there's the matter.
Wow.
Yeah. What? No, I know it's going. I mean, I did what I did.
Oh, I sent a snap that I got it and like 30 minutes later did my stuff.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
My bad. I was.
Down here?
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
All
right. Gotcha. It brought me a blender. All right. Uranus is in the fifth house and Mercury is in the eighth house of inheritance. All right. So what we're trying to communicate about our creativity, is definitely kind of not going in our way, or we're not seeing it our way, or there's a sudden change that has happened behind the scenes that is connected to our creativity. All right. So just take this time, embrace.
Interessante. At this point, I'm thinking about the listeners.
Yeah.
No, it's no worries. I'm thinking almost, should we sub out?
I mean, but I don't want to keep putting it on bro though. I'd be like, man, I'd be really feeling like, I really do. I'm trying to go to like Barnes and Nobles or something and try to see what happens. I don't want to slow it up, whatever. But you, if you could, I'm in the comments heavy though on YouTube.
Islam.
But yeah, I guess I yield for Brother Sean. I really appreciate it, Brother Sean. Wow. But I'm yield.
Brother Sean,
where Uranus is. Yeah.
Man, it's all. I know you mean well, and I know you. That's why I said you probably had a report ready and everything, bro. So it's not like you're not doing the work. It's just that right now, with your communication, Mercury, and obviously the electronic signal, Uranus, there's a challenge brewing, and it's all good. Not really, tripping off of that. It's all to the goods. What we'll do, Brother Sean, are you there? If not, guys, you already know. If we had to, me and Terrell just had to go back, blow for blow on the transits. Brother Sean, are you able to fill in? If not, bro, it's all good. It's no worries. Going once, going twice. Here we go. So with that Mercury squaring Uranus, right? The question that comes to mind is, hey, what innovative values, what innovative values are you creating at home to communicate to children the importance in sharing and having joint ventures with others? So with that being a question, maybe there's someone there that's seeking to get over the obstacle of, maybe sharing some type of information or doing a lecture with children that will allow them to see the benefits in sharing without being bullied, or the benefits in a joint venture or getting along with others without, seemingly allowing oneself to really think that they're compromised, or to think that it makes them, less of a person. Well, not person, because that's a corporate term. So we're not dealing in corporations or slavery here. So what would make them a better sentient being? What would make them a better people to other people they come across? All righty. So what is it that you're innovatively value? Like what, creative innovation, some valuable creative innovation that you're putting together at home that really communicates to children the importance in, joint venturing with others. And, some of you may be writing books. Some of you may be allowing yourselves to probably contemplate some activities for either your children or others' children. And really, you're probably going back, because interestingly, there at 19 degrees Scorpio, 18 minutes retrograde is South Node. So you're probably dealing with some things that even from your childhood, or your stepchildhood, or even some things that you learned for yourself, maybe you can be able to take those values from your own standing and status and be able to really dig out some things from your childhood, pull some values, share some things about your own childhood when you go to share these things with children as you're creating whatever it is. And the reason why it's probably from home, because what you're doing is You're probably, working online, possibly maybe giving some type of course and or, prepping with syllabuses, possibly. Alrighty, so maybe you're putting something together, and what I think is, yeah, there's going to be a lot of group activities or possibly people just working together. If it's not actual children, it'll be that creativity within you that just wants to really just kind of get out and be able to emote and shine where it really wants to shine. Alrighty. From there, alrighty, we have a Luna Jupiterian trine, right? We have a Luna Jupiterian trine. And shout out to Brother Benjamin, man, because I could feel that Brother Benjamin had his report ready and everything, because that's what, sometimes we freestyle Wednesday, sometimes we're like, all right, I just want to just see where my reporting skills are, because, we'll be having a book soon, 7HealStar. So, and, we got to find an actual publisher that's not clicky, a publisher that's not cliquish, a publisher that, isn't insecure either, nobody that's cliquish or insecure or, anything like that. We want to just deal with people that really want us to print as close to original information as possible without our book looking like a flip book of internet posts and memes, like a flip book of memes with just some words to them. Alrighty, so we want to make sure we're with sincere publishers. If we go outside of doing our own publishing, well, that's 7HealStar has been doing their own publishing. That's what the End Up Invoking is. That's why we have the coloring books, the first astrology coloring book that ever has existed on the planet, as well as the Astro Aura Cubes, which is the origami cubes, the origami flash sheets on astrology that can be folded into 2-inch blocks for learning astrology and reminding oneself for astrology. So 9 times out of 10, we'll be doing our own publishing anyway, so that we don't make sure we tie ourselves up with whom we thought were people that were honorable, but a lot of people just, trying to deal with the middle class no longer being there. That's all. So, if I don't do the cliquish stuff, so I'm not going to click up with beings, just because it seems like that's the go along, get along thing to do. We're not going to do that. We're going to be in complete honor. And some people, even if they're publishers or not, if they don't have certain knowledge or whatever, or they haven't graduated yet, humble yourself just a little, make yourself coachable and teachable. But I know that's where we keep ourselves. However, moving forward, this lunar Jupiterian trine that's about to take place, guys. Let's see how that's hitting for 2003. Brother Terrell, you want to be like OJ and take a stab at this, or I'll just kind of finish this out? Then you can go in on Friday.
Jupiter.
Yeah, Luna Jupiterian trine, of course.
Yeah, so Luna's in the 7th house and Jupiter is in the 2nd house. 7 and 2nd house trine, right? So yeah, this is a reflective review of what we consider our value system, so to speak. And Jupiter is giving us the ability to expand and reevaluate certain wounds that we may have accumulated throughout our experience in life. So now the moon in Leo is giving us the ability to speak up and take courage and be courageous in how we feel, rather than submitting to someone's footstool, so to speak, or being under someone's footstool. Really considering what really devotes us, or what we're really devoted to. That's pretty much this moon trine Jupiter, because Jupiter is going to amplify this authority that we may assume, so to speak, with the moon in Leo. Moon in Leo is they're apt to assume certain positions. So with Jupiter being there, that's going to be expanding in some way. So that can be, benefic or malefic, depending on how you see your experience or your position. So to consider where you are in life is essential here, and how you and where you want to be in the next, let's say, 7 years from now. That's very essential here. With pretty much the Mercury square Uranus that you just heard, because there's going to be some disturbances in certain things that you may have been connected to. So there may be some very disruptive endings, so to speak. Childhood friends, relationships, whatever. But yeah, that's that energy. Just really yield to your creative abilities and find ways to utilize your emotions rather than your emotions getting the best of you. We'll yield the floor with that Moon trine Jupiter. Yes.
It's on you, bro. Here's your sunrise.
We're going to the holy day. So the 29th of July, we got the sun at 6 degrees Leo, 18 minutes, right? It's holy day. So of course, indulge into the artistic abilities, or the aesthetic things of life. Go to the park or connect to nature. Do some yoga. Do your breathing exercises. Start your day with the yoga, breathing exercises, and a sip of water. Yes, indeed. What is the first aspect? We got Moon square Mars. Yeah. Yep, Moon square Mars. That's happening at 11:38 a.m. Right? Moon square Mars. So that's, Moon is, comfort, security, emotional security, domestic security, right? And Mars is, the warrior. Could be sharp objects, surgeon, doctor, whatever. Some sort of warrior in some sense. Someone with courage. So the Moon in the 11th, right? And the 10th, actually. Still in the 10th. Yeah. And Mars. Oh, wow. Look at that. That's interesting. Mars in 8th. Yeah, so this could be like the time to possibly reconsider your trust if you have a trust. This could be the good time to reevaluate it, or just do some there's something that needs to be revamped within the joint finances, or how something that may already be created, it may just need a little tweak, so it could so the life of it, the vitality of it would be, can stay sustained, so to speak, as the Moon in Leo and the Sun is ruling Leo, the Sun is in Leo, and then that's squaring Mars. Mars is always about keeping things going, so to speak. But Mars is, in a sign it doesn't really like to be, so to speak. However, it's just a good time to really consider what it is that you already have, so to speak, so you can take heed of that and expand further, so to speak. Because if you don't really consider what you have, you can't really get you can't get more abundance, manifesting to you, so to speak. So it's a whole revitalization here with the Moon squaring Mars, knowing not to let your emotions get the best of you, let the challenges that are presented here, basically, mold you instead of, controlling you. Let the conflicts or the, restraints that's happening at this moment, let these be the moments that get you to slow down and not move so fast, and to consider how you usually react based off of this moment, because this could be a very tense and uncomfortable time, so to speak. So just don't really let your emotions get the best of you. You should probably be indulging in your natal chart at this time to really see your strengths and your weaknesses, and see how you can work on both of those aspects, so to speak, your strengths and your weaknesses. And we can move on with the next aspect. We got Moon squaring Uranus. Yeah, so that's just, that's the astrology right there. It's like, man, know thyself. And there's just the Moon squaring, right? Moon's in the ninth. Look at that. And then Uranus is in the sixth, right? Yeah, so it's finding the diligence and the beauty in this work that you have to do, so to speak, because we've all have been created a certain way, and again, we all have certain strengths and weaknesses. So to know that it takes courage to really face your weakness, because everyone loves to talk about their strength, but to observe your weakness and to work on it, that's a whole nother ballgame. So facing that part of yourself, it brings you a lot of self clarity and resilience. You'll realize how there's nothing you can do, so to speak. The only things that you can't do is the things you say you can't do because you said you couldn't do it. Literally, it's all like a mental process. So now, going back to the childhood, so to speak, because the child would be Leo, right? And the moon is there. So it's like that's emotional upbringing or how you were raised with the moon. And then the Leo is the child. So that childhood, how you were raised as a child is pretty much being observed all over again. You're going back to the past. And now it's, making you consider your future or your moment, because this moment is the moment of your future, so to speak. What you do now is what we'll consider your future. So looking back at the past and, again, considering that, it gives us the ability to move accordingly rather than, looking to point the finger at whomever is, doing whatever their constitution sets them up to do, so to speak. Yeah, so just be open to the very unusual within yourself and in, the work dynamic. Philosophically speaking, you could have some very unusual sparks within yourself. And you may read something that, you just said to your buddy, you never, read that book before, you think. So just be open to those sort of unusual sparks, so to speak. And then the last aspect is the moon conjunct Mercury. And so this is like mental clarity here with the moon and Mercury and Leo. Mental clarity with a lot of vigor and vitality within this clarity, because this is the moment of knowing what makes you feel secure, so to speak. And now you're able to speak on it with authority and vigor and sincerity, so to speak. You're speaking from the heart, which would be Leo. And Mercury is there, which would be speaking in intellectual properties or whatever. So you're able to comprehend or see, why it's best to, have the child or have the spirit of a child, so to speak. Seeing how imperative that is, maybe at the forefront of everyone's mind, so to speak, now or around this time, because just seeing how the old heads just when you're taking shit serious all the time, it's kind of sucks for you, man. If you don't know, like laughter, oh man, that's such a healer. It's probably, it can be annoying because you wouldn't want to be mad, but you would laugh, and it's like, damn, I can't be mad anymore. It's going back to that energy, so to speak. Stop, not resentment, guilt, doubt, all of those things. They're being eradicated with the going back to the mentality of a child while remaining, while remaining the being that you are. Like you're staying, childlike. However, like a young being, right? And then you grow up, so to speak. So, but you're still, keeping that youthfulness within inside of you, So it's really just important to keep that within the people that you relate with, you see, because the moon and Mercury are in the 7th, and then keeping that within yourself, which, reflects the 1st house, 7th house. So that's pretty much that energy there. And with that, I'll yield the floor. Islam?
Islam. All right, bro. So for my sunrise that I have coming for Saturday, right? Saturday, the 30th, Saturday, right? July 2022, 0600 hours, 9 minutes, and 32 seconds. We have a solar ascending conjunction at 7 degrees Leo, 15 minutes, guys. With the sun ruling its own rise here in Leo, right? One can actually allow themselves to kind of take in some pictures of some things that will allow you to, maybe think of, fashionable things. Some people may think of some things to allow themselves to, hey, I kind of think I want to wear this today because I'm feeling like this. So you may find yourself wearing some things that normally you don't wear, or you're pulling something out of the closet you didn't quote unquote pop the tags on, as people say, right? So you could be allowing yourself to prepare for some type of quote unquote function where you're going to allow yourself to be, I think, well dressed, if I'm not mistaken, to say here. So with that even being said, looking at anything else that's remotely close to 7 degrees, and it is Jupiter, of course, right? Which this is interesting, which means we're obviously coming up on a, this is a closing trine actually. However, opening either way though, because sun moves faster than Jupiter, but there's about to be a trine between the sun and Jupiter. Goodness gracious. That trine with the sun and Jupiter there, I got a feeling that somebody might, some way, shape, or form, there's an energy of prize winnings to a certain extent, maybe some seemingly a foreign expansive institution of some sort or whatever, in harmony and expanding, I guess, some type of value that's seemingly golden, right? So that's kind of what I see going on there, actually, for this year, to be specific. It's the sunrise for the 30th. Now moving on to 1 out of 2 of my testimonies for Saturday. I have a lunar Saturnian reflection. Alrighty, so that's Luna and Saturn on 180 degrees in reflection to one another. That's their aspect, 180. I know some people say, opposition. However, I'm not dealing with ops in astrology or anywhere in life, actually. So, reflection is apropos for us. And if there are 85% of people out of 100 saying opposition, that's cool. We're part of that 5% that's going to say reflection and continue to rule the world with knowledge. With that being said, 21 degrees, 3 minutes. Look, Leo and Aquarius. So Leo has finally retrograded outside of, it's been since it got into 21 degrees, 59 minutes, it's outside of the astrological area where it's retrograding. So even on the terms of astrology, the bow is being pulled back a bit. Saturn, of course, is transiting Scorpio's Antisha, right? Shout out to Brother Benjamin and Brother Sean on that one, right? Just to kind of discuss that a little further with you guys. Antisha is the shadow, all right? So if it's 21, right, degrees, 3 minutes, it's about 8 minutes and 59 seconds pertaining to Scorpio. 8 degrees, 8 degrees, 59 minutes, 21 degrees, 3 minutes in Aquarius retrograde where Saturn is. And the inverse to that for its shadow is 8 degrees, 57 minutes, Scorpio. And so, just to see where Saturn is transiting there, and you go to look at Scorpio around that time, I said about 8 minutes. Look, the 5th house cusp is there. So really, I think what's going to actually happen here, you guys are going to even see and really probably comprehend a little more about children and astrology. Alrighty, because remember, the 7HealStar.com is the one and only that actually, we actually sparked it in the international astrological community too, because people we saw were and are inspired after our demonstration. They're not really supporters of us, but since we presented what we present, being who we are, a lot of times what people do is they look at what we do and they try to mimic us. However, they don't have our mindset, they don't have our culture, or the knowledge and information that we have, even though we freely share our library with people. What actually is happening though, I guess at the sound of a seemingly arrogant tone in my voice, but it's really not. I maintain a regal countenance, and I encourage those that are honorable Moors that are not trying to keep up with the Joneses, with the Negro Black coloreds or anything like that. You allow yourself to, have a regal countenance about yourself and give regal responses to people. So let's just say, guys, for this day, allow yourself to really reflect on the values and inherited disciplines that, could really allow you to pour out some knowledge that will really allow your subconscious mind and inner child to really see like, oh, hey, look, I do see why an astrology coloring book is very therapeutic for me. And, you may be a grown being. However, you guys will transact for your adult coloring books, as it's called, even though adult is also an idiot. But I know a lot of you don't know that you practice federal, you practice being federal agents and you don't know that you're being federal agents. Sometimes you people want to hear, knowledge being given to you in a soft way, when really it's like, a lifeguard isn't going to go, hey, I think you're over there drowning. Are you all right? And you're, okay. You want that lifeguard to be able to jump off that motherfucking chair, jump in there with his little life buoy, and hurry up and get you up out of there. We get all to the politics later. After you say, thank you for saving my life. You're welcome. Anyway, with that being said, if I'm loud and wrong, please, I'm open for correction. Live on YouTube by my brothers, please. Y'all already know I don't play. I'm open for correction whenever I'm a liar, which is never. Anyway, so with that being said and continuing, 180-degree reflection there, guys. Second house and eighth house. We're looking at Leo, right? And Aquarius, guys. Just allow yourself to really reflect on allowing those disciplines to really go deep-seated into your subconscious mind, so your inner child can really benefit from the essentials. There's another theme of making sure that child, if it's not a child outside of yourself, it's probably that inner child that you're having that communication with, that's going to have to learn how to get along with others. You're going to have to learn how to get along with others. That doesn't mean dumb yourself down. You know what I mean? If you're like, for example, you're 7HealStar, don't dumb yourself down to get along with others. Just recognize that people listen below your speech. So you don't have to sit there and dumb yourself down. Just, I guess, be of service to the romper room that are the grown bodies that don't realize they're idiots. However, you have a compassion and a love for them and an open heart or whatever. And so instead of kissing their ass in astrology readings on YouTube, what you're going to do is basically tell them the truth and let them go through their little temper tantrum of, oh, that didn't sound right to my ears. And then they're going to realize, you know what? I really need those kind of people in my life, because they're going to tell it like it is. You know what I mean? Instead of me keep having these yes people around me, right? You can't even transact for honesty around you. You know what I mean? Your eleemosynary tuition of 153 units in lieu of lawful money for your mirror session would be a much more pure, quote unquote, investment in yourself than actually trying to find some loved ones to agree with you. Again, am I wrong here? Anyone want to correct me? Brother Sean, Brother Terrell, moment for correction. All right. This maybe I know I'm open for correction. All right, so my last testimony, right? Because there's a moon void of course, right? So Luna goes void of course here also. So Luna's going to be void for about a good, looking like, let me see if I got this right. It's looking like 13 hours and 41 minutes.
13 hours and 41 minutes. So Luna from midnight. Oh, guys, look at that. No one said anything the whole time. I'm still glad I gave testimony for this. But remember, I kept asking, anybody want to correct me loud and wrong? I'm going to fix it, though. I'm going to go back. And we're going to do this one, too. All right? So that you can see it's still happening on a 511. Is it really still happening on a 511? Again, dealing with children, stepchildren, things in your heart, right? So let's really allow ourselves to go back to the future. So we went back in time, right, from the 26th. But I just gave testimony on August 26th, all right? So I'm keeping my eyes wide open, guys. What you see here at 100 hours and 29 minutes. Like I said, this is where Luna is going to be void for about 13 hours and 41 minutes, guys. All righty. Now, with that being said, when you're seeing this here, all right, taking it from the 2nd and 8th house cusp for what's happening in the future, and that's red right. So I'm going to keep and stick that with that there. All righty. Let's look at this here for the 30th, right? So, guys, look at this, man. Where is Luna? 23 degrees, kicking it. But look here. This is still within the astrological degrees, though. Still allow yourself, guys, to really institute the things that are essential for your corrected status value. No, guys, yeah, look. Oh, I'm going to be a state national and all that stuff. Guys, like there is some things out there, right? And, a lot of people think, they don't have to be Moorish American to do anything or whatever. Oh, it's a cult. And this is a political debate. It's so funny because 7HealStar is the closest thing that I've come to, if not the only thing, that is consistent and honorable and sincere. You know what I'm saying? And we'll just do things in front of you guys' face no matter what. We're too cool to be embarrassed for one on many different occasions because we are already allowing ourselves to be in fezzes and call ourselves Moorish Americans, where most people, since that's not popular, they won't embrace it. But it's going to actually come a time where, since there are going to be a few faithful Moors that can be counted on one hand with fingers left over, right? People are going to be knocking down doors. Oh, hey, man, I remember what these were astrologers are talking about or whatever, right? I remember these things. Interestingly, though, how the 11th and 5th house cusp are at 22 degrees, right? So 25 degrees to 29 degrees in Leo is is dealing with astrology, whereas 22 to 28 degrees Aquarius is the astrological area. All right, so guys, honestly, even for me, I think this is really beautiful for me because I know where my 10th and 4th house cusps are. And so with that kind of being in some sort of bit of harmony for me, just on a semi-sextile fashion, I know, guys, that you will be able to allow yourselves to build a mindset subconsciously to be creative in how you will be able to reflect those things that must be communicated through some form of publishing. Right? How I went from 11th is 3 from the 9th house. So I really see from some form of publishing, again, like I had given testimony for the future for August 26th, for when Saturn and Luna will be 180 degrees in reflection again. Guys, I really think coloring, right? First astrology color book, 7HealStar, right? For you guys, and you will see that this is something that's therapeutic for you. It's not just, hey guys, home shopping network sales pitch. Get this stuff for you. No. Everything that we do at 7HealStar is really based on the fact that when we meet Prophet Noble Drew in his literature, we meet Charles Mosley Day in his literature. Guys, we're not American dreaming over here. All righty. We are American reality. American actuality, not American dream. We're not speaking over your heads. You're listening under our speech. So you need to up your listening skills. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth.
How about you up those listening skills instead of the mouth almighty skills? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can say that. I know I can. And back it up, respectfully. So with that being said, yes, there is this 13-hour and 41-minute void of course that's happening. So that means, guys, from 29 minutes after midnight until 10 minutes after 1400, that is 10 minutes after 2 p.m. Eastern, make no transactions. Make no major transactions, guys. All righty? Adjust your time zones accordingly so you can see how long that void of course is actually taking place. While Luna is void in Leo before ingressing Virgo, what we can actually do is allow ourselves to cross I's and dot T's, pertaining to astrology, guys. This will be a great time to go back and check on anything astrological that you may have studied, anything dealing with astronomy, astrology. I know me, get my little certification. Shout out to Gemini Brett or whatever, you know what I mean? As far as that completion on Saturday, I'm going to go back and do all my reviewing just to double check and make sure. Shout out to Samuel, right? Class on Monday went down. Our last class for OPA is 22nd on August. So this has been great, guys. It's been really great. 7HealStar is continuing. We want to keep, growing and being at the forefront pertaining to astrology and civics, while some people sincerely support us, while other people just secretly watch us, want to mimic and then try to do the Me Too thing. Go right ahead. I guess that's your thing until you mature. Because so many people are just under the hypnosis of the Federal Reserve note that instead of being honorable towards, other sentient beings, they just find ways of thinking they're gleaning from you when we have a free bread table every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And our website is technically a free bread table too. However, we also say, guys, you can sit here and do all the studying you want and you like. Even though I did all the studying I want and I like, I still make sure, and I'm still going to be, I will be going to other, groups and things of that nature and events. I just think that what we're going to do more is just, give more what you guys need. And, you want to get these lessons and things like that. You guys check out the classes that we already have up there for you. And there are going to be some new classes that are going to commence also. You guys are just going to see it. It's going to happen in the advertisement and not too much in us speaking about it here in our YouTube presentations, but you guys will see. All right. So let me hit this next button for this. So 13 hours, 41 minutes, void of course, right? Okay, gotcha. Void of course, right? There we go. It's fixed. And with that being said, guys, look, check this out. It's happening in the 10th house, right? So there's a 4, 6, 10 type of energy here. So what is it about you that allows yourself to really secure the details pertaining to your status, guys? Yeah, go on. Stop listening to all the so-called whoever you think may be a guru, but these people don't call themselves gurus, right? And then be real careful about some people that have these platforms that are out here, guys. You know what I'm saying? Because we're astrologers, we know that we're dealing with people's tendencies pertaining to their lack of self-esteem and insecurities. So sometimes what some people will do, they will allow themselves to speak adversely or give negative assertions about certain groups or organizations that they really have no real clues about or information really pertaining to. But what we're doing is we're just watching the backpedaling and the back, oh, hold on, let me take that back, let me retract that. Say, it's all good. We're going to continue to just watch people do their thing, because I really see, even from a lot of these books that I've read, that a lot of, the general observations that are out there, you guys call it public, but public is a military term for you federal agents under military purview that don't know. You think you're regular people and you're not, you're persons. However, you guys will see very soon that, they're, even me saying what I'm saying now, if it rubs you the wrong way, that's cool, that's good. Get agitated. What you're going to really see, again, that we're the voice of reason. We're not going to cater to you. We don't need to. Because what we have when you're ready, we have exactly what it is that you need. And we want to take you through these lessons so that you can actually grasp it for yourself, right? Because there are a lot of Moorish Americans out there. They present,
but they don't really do astrology or no astrology like that. If they do, they're only doing it to try to manipulate people. They want to do picture magic, candle magic, things of that nature, not actually realizing like the law is going to kill them, right? Because I mean, as if you're into the oral statements and prophecies and stuff like that or whatever, then you know what that really boils down to. I'm not going to go into the higher knowledge of the text. However, as you can see, Luna, right? That's Cancer ruled energy, Cancer ruler, given the details, right? Given the intestinal details, so it can be digested accurately, so that you can really have the things communicated from your heart, all righty, to improve your own standing, right? And that's what 7HealStar is here for. 7HealStar is here to communicate to the wise for their own improvement. And if you're not wise, then you're not going to improve when listening to us because you're not wise already. You got to get to the wise level. All right. You're just probably some Negro black colored type of idiot. Even if you're calling yourself white, you're an idiot. Unless you're speaking about status, then that means you're a copper tone fez wearing, turban wearing, pin button nationality card having, being. I know there's going to be a lot of people out there, especially in their little jurisprudence groups, that are going to try to, prove that wrong. Man, I love how prophecy works. Because there's things about this planet that people don't get and don't know. They try to call it magic. They try to call it other things, man. I know that we've actually come across these energies, and it really just boils down to, if you're not sincere, you got some consequences coming to you, Lucy. Anyway, we're not doing with astrologers. I'm just speaking to you guys because I see what's happening. This is just what you're getting before the turn up. So with that being said, we're going to move on to Sunday because I got that next, guys. I got 3 of them for you, right? That next sunrise, however, boom with the chakalakas, all right? Let's actually bring this back down to the ascendant, right? So on the next, right? Boom, let's double check here. Right, 31st July 2022, right? All right, so we're looking at Sunday here, guys, and we have this solar ascending conjunction at 8 degrees of Leo. Of course, Leo's ruling its, all Leo season, right? The sun's ruling the sunrise. Why? Because that's the sign that it's in. Whatever sign the sun is in at sunrise is the rising sign. Like a lot of people don't get that. Like, so whatever the sun. No, that's not what I'm saying. At sunrise, whatever sign the sun is in is also at sunrise the rising sign. That's all I'm saying. But we already know only a few people are skilled listeners and know exactly what I said. Some people are going to run with that and try to give readings with crystals in their bras and stuff. Copper tied around their crystals and pyramids on their chests because they're all super DI'd. I love, it's like when people say, I know I flip burgers, ain't never worked a day at McDonald's. Never been in front of a grill, actually, not for real. It is what it is, right? Let's see what this is. Yes? Hello? Oh, she wants to get hung up on. Oh, it's a recorded call. She wants to get hung up on. Oh. Hold on, let me mute this back now.
You are one week's ahead. Goodbye.
Yeah, I know, right? Every time those joints come in, bro, it's just like, who is this? Because certain jurisdictions, even though the number's not there, I just making sure it's not Moors abducted by some federal agent. Making sure people aren't abducted by federal agents out there or whatever. So, it's like, oh, okay, cool. All right, gotcha. Well, any hoosers. With that being said, let's move forward, guys, on this 31st here. Just kind of went over that sunrise, right? And just really, guys, allow yourself. Let's see what's close to 8. Hey, looky, Astro Cookie. We're coming up more, just 30 minutes arc away, even though Jupiter's retrograde now. Will they ever be
trine. No, they will, because Jupiter moves a lot slower and the sun's going to move faster. So that Jupiterian, that solar Jupiterian trine is actually going to kick off. That's going to be my second testimony for this Sunday, actually. So let's get to the first one. We have like Lunar and Saturn were in reflection to each other. Let's do the Mercurial Saturn reflection dance now. Put that at 180. All righty. It's previous to the sunrise here, so it should be having a 0200 in 5 minutes and 6 seconds thereafter, right? Looky, Astro could be in continuing though, however. 31st July 2022, Sunday. All righty, so look here. Look, goodness, and the Jesus. Anyway, Jesus Christ. So this is happening, guys, on this is the 4th and 10th house that this is happening in, guys. There is something going on where, you know, there are some, like a group of brothers inside some house, right? This is very interesting. Look at this, man. Like the local community and their children, really? The local community and their children, right? They're actually going through some type of detailed housing program. I got a feeling that people are going to realize that this detailed housing program that they thought was a benefit for them is really, they're really going to see, hold on. This isn't a benefit. This is another mode of trying to keep me surety for an unconscionable contract. I think a lot of people are going to really kind of maybe even know at this point in time what is a viable contract. I really think when it comes to business, especially astrology business, there is going to be an immense turnaround. All righty. So, and what I mean by that is I think that the people are going to really, it's going to be like a floodgate open when it comes to the astrology, because a lot of people are really going to see that it's taking center stage. And what's actually happening is the bow is being pulled back. So when that arrow pertaining to aspiration is let go, once Saturn goes direct, guys, I really see that no matter how much astrology, let's just say this, and I'm speaking in good faith. So let me just speak that I already know that we're just successful and waiting on more of you guys to allow to do that. Anybody that's in their lower self and negative energy when it comes to 7HealStar, you guys are just gonna have to get over it. We just got the sauce and the juice. You're just gonna have to get over it. We got the Tarot Tamari day. All right, get over it. All right, we got the Braveheart out. You know what I'm saying? We got the President Brother Corey Bay, right? We got the Brother Benjamin. That's what it is. I'm just,
you got the slaps over there. Word to Brother Benjamin.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what it is. Like there are people out there. You know, I got called ballsy in class this Monday. I got called ballsy. Why? Because I told them, I said, yeah, what we're doing with our astrological firm, we're going in on the Ku Klux Klan's literature. Should have heard the fucking crickets and the pins dropping when I said that. Do you think I give a shit? No, I don't. I don't give a shit. The reason why I don't, because I'm not a liar. I'm not living a lie. I'm not going to live a lie. And I'm not here to fucking pleasure people either. I'm not here to, let me make you feel good for you. Nope. It's not what I'm here for. I'm here to share AstroLiteracy. If we can get along with the AstroLiteracy portion, we're going to always get along, period, because that's where I always like to be. Honestly, I don't like being in Negro black colored, trying not to eat chicken and watermelon and watch sports on TV on Sundays. That's not my problem. That's yours. All righty. My thing is for the last 8 years is what can I read? What can I study? What type of helping someone I can do with astrology to help them set their life in order because they're under a mass hypnosis and don't know it and think people like us that speak like this are just, we're just charlatans or we're just speaking creepy. No, there's about to come a time where the consequence is going to be so evident that there are going to be people wishing they listened to us. Why were we hating on those brothers? That's your ego. It's all good though. Keep taking sweaty pictures. With that being said, we're going to continue to move forward with this here, guys, you're just really reflecting that the essentials and the communication, really, by the communication that you're saying to the children at home, make sure those essentials within your own standing, right, are able to really sincerely be poured out. And make sure that those essentials that you're pouring out are really very valuable to anyone's child, including your own inner child. All right. Last but not least, guys, these last two. So let's do this trine, this solar Jupiterian trine here. Solar Jupiterian trine, of course. All right. And it's going to be after that. So let's hit the time for the aspect. Of course, that is happening at on the 31st July 2022 on Sunday at 1800 hours, 35 minutes and 59 seconds, right? It's almost 1836, all right? So with that being said, guys, you know, that's what the calendar says, right? We are having this solar Jupiterian triangle. I was even speaking on it. Look where it's happening. Third house. Oh my God. If my beloved mother mistress consort is watching right now and she could see where the freaking third house cusp is, guys. Woo! Wait. So this is some prize winning energy. I'm not sure. You guys may have signed up for something months ago. And maybe somebody sent you something in the mail and said, hey guys, this belongs to you. Or maybe there was something out there that you wasn't too familiar with or too sure of. Interestingly, even though this is happening in the seventh house, I know there's this fascination and denial between the benefic Venus, right? She's turned benefic, and the sun. So really, honestly, when it comes to the fascination and denial that's taking place when it comes to securing family and the partnerships that are there within the family, there are going to be some family values that are shared amongst others. And there's going to be some things that come to mind as well as the heart when it comes to children and others also, or how we're partnering all these things together, where we'll be able to kind of find what's beneficial mainly for the interactions at home, and making sure that we're really communicating those things that we can expound upon by kind of really letting people see the quote unquote human side of us, so to speak. And what I mean by the quote unquote human side of us, because this Chiron is definitely squaring that Venus also, right? So there's a Chiron Venus square that's happening there too. So what you guys are really dealing with here during this trine, you guys can really allow yourselves to, it's funny I'm saying this because I'm dealing with a personal transit on this. Allow yourselves to really, when it comes to other people, really communicate the things that are what they need to grow. Whereas you may recognize that you needed that kind of communication and time in your life and it wasn't there. Do not take the attitude. Take this attitude not. And that's the attitude of, well, shit, it wasn't there for me when I needed it. I ain't gonna do it for nobody else, then fuck them. That's the attitude to take not, all righty? Take that attitude not. Allow yourself to really be a valuable asset to someone else so that you can be able to make some foundational settlings for yourself that are very valuable in the future. You'll find that as Chiron moves very slow, 51 years is its orbit. So it's going to be sitting at that 16 degrees, you know, for a minute, on its way to 17 for quite some time, not a couple of years. With that being said, guys, you're going to really see how you can get over some painful obstacles by really seeking the values in family, and it may have to come from someone else's perspective to help bring some light to you so you can get rid of this fascination and denial inside yourselves, so you can let the fated relationship that's very beneficial for you to inherit happen. All right. Last but not least, we have a lunar. Look at that, lunar Venusian sextile, right? And I'm talking about Venus. So having a lunar Venusian sextile, interestingly, Venus is in the sign that Luna rules. So the lunar Venusian sextile is half this 120 there. All right. So the lunar Venusian sextile is clearly taking place with Luna here at 17 degrees, right? So we're still in that, 14th lunar mansion, dealing with Christian preachers and things of that nature. So you guys may find some things popping up about churches or ministries or things of that nature. You may get some news or whatever about some service or things of that nature pertaining to church or whatever. However, what I really think is going to happen here is that the people are really going to allow themselves to kind of, minister to themselves. And in this ministering to themselves, what's actually going to happen here in the home, there's going to be some very beautiful, and nurturing things that will really secure one's ideals in moving forward and how to really serve up, that ministry. I think some people are really going to be able to have this. This is that day that people are going to be able to make their message, as they say in some of those Christian theological arenas, make their message. Because what you'll be able to do is be able to help out someone else. Probably be, if not some woman or mother and child situation, what you'll be able to do is really, they may observe, it may not even be a direct conversation, but they may observe your mannerisms and the way that you do things with inside the home. And that will actually communicate to them a better way for them to modify things that they have in their minds or behaviors that they do or have. And now they're like, wow, I never thought of it that way. Now I can allow myself to really be in my bag, as they used to say, and going about making sure I have the things that are necessary for me to communicate within myself. Right? Because midpointing that, of course, you kind of got the sun midpointing that a little bit, So when it really comes to, your that heart, that inner child, that inner lion, right? That inner simha, right? That inner, some people say simba, like that. However, astrologically, the sign is termed simha. All right. So even though Surya is in simha in Panchambhav, right? Here. With that being said, you guys can really see that you can allow yourselves to really have some growth opportunity between your subconscious mind, how you administer to yourself, or how you minister to yourself, as well as finding out those values where you can allow your subconscious mind to be able to nurture and secure those things that you think and really have a higher self-esteem about it. All right. And with that, I am yielding the floor to my beloved brother, in whom I am well pleased, right? Because Friday, if I wasn't mistaken, was brother Terrell Tamari Bay. So he's got Monday for the 1st, right? So let's take this sunrise to the 1st August. And I yield the floor to brother Terrell Tamari Bay. And I guess when we get to Tuesday, right, we'll just split up that 5-piece McNugget there, unless Brother Sean, you want to jump in on that action for Brother Benjamin, that'd be great, if you would like to. If not, that's fine too. You're busy, it's all good. You know what I mean? We're going to knock this out. We were soldiers, right? I'm the first on the field, last off the field.
Yeah,
all
you
right,
already know, bro. I slide in there.
All right, on the second, great. So let me do this now for the first. That's supposed to say ascendant. 2 seconds. Boom, shakalaka. This is going to be a 0. There we go. And this is how you know, man. It's time to bring some more people on, man. Because I got so many skill sets and things I can do with this production. That man, oh mansky, dansky. But some people would be like, oh, well, because if it was for you to do and it was something great, then there would be people that'd be willing to help you. And then, guys, we're so fucking far on our spaceship that there are people trying to figure out how do we even learn the term spaceship, let alone jump in the sky with us and travel galaxies with us. Like, come on, man. Look, schedule your mirror session. That's all I can say. I'm going to yield the floor to brother Terrell Tamari Bay. Islam.
Islam. All right. So we got the sun, 9 degrees Leo, 10 minutes, right? As always, it's the moon day, so this is the day of rest and relaxation, meaning, you don't really overexert yourself. Of course, you do your due diligence. However, No overexerting. Just find the beauty in silence, so to speak. First aspect we got is the moon trining Mars. Right. So this is this is like emotional courage, so to speak, or revitalization with one's self-esteem, so to speak, and how one feels about oneself. So moon's in Virgo in the 5th house, 18 degrees, 13 minutes. And Mars is in the 12th house, 18 degrees, 13 minutes. Yeah, so now this is transforming the bad habits, or knowing what needs to be removed. So again, the moon's in the 5th house, so we're talking about vitality, what brings life to the individual. Because the 5th house naturally trines the first. So we're dealing with what brings us life, so to speak. So Mars being in the 12th, Moon being in the 5th, it's the epitome of really recognizing what really motivates one's internal mentality, so to speak. So whatever really moves you, or whatever things that you do on the day to day, so to speak, that brings you, energy. Could be yoga, could be just day to day cleaning, so to speak. Working out, starting some whole new form of working out. But also be meditating, doing asana yoga, so to speak. That can be something that's being revitalized, or being placed into someone's routine, like I said, bring energy into the vessel rather than to deplete the vessel. So, specifically removing the bad habits, quote unquote bad habits, to bring energy into the body, so to speak. So, getting into the nature of things, so to speak, getting your sea moss, doing your yoga, really connecting to nature, so to speak, in all forms, so to speak, putting your feet in the grass. All of these things are being considered around this time. And it's pretty much imperative to do so too, with the gardening as well. Checking on your garden, watering your plants, watering your mind specifically. All of those things are essential around this time. So really take heed of it, because then the moon's going to try Uranus. So now it's like there's this spark, there's this creative spark, so to speak. What we really want to bring to the collective at large, because the moon in Virgo is how we serve ourselves and how we serve people. So now it's the epitome of teamwork makes the dream work, so to speak. Right. So we can move on to Moon trine Uranus. And that's, like I said, Uranus being in Taurus, we're finding the beauty. Finding the beauty in gardening, anything that really connects us back to nature, so to speak. Simply just sitting by water and listening to the water, literally create life, so to speak, or eradicate certain things that doesn't need to be there. Also, with the moon being in the 4th house, so to speak, and Uranus being in the 12th, it's really just observing with certain ways that we, dealt with certain things, and how we can basically take a whole new approach to that, and take what's best for us, rather than focusing on the things that really doesn't bring us substance, or that really makes us feel how we would prefer to feel, so to speak. So Uranus is really just having those sudden changes in our minds, because it's in the 12th house. So we can basically handle our lower self to get to our higher self, so to speak, because Uranus being the higher octave of Mercury or whatever, so to speak. So now there's something that we we know what it is that we need to let go. However, there can be certain guidelines from our past or certain things that we may think we need to hold on to based on that has to be considered. So now with Moon trine Uranus, it's like there's a certain shock. You could see something on the TV screen or on your phone, email, and it really gets you to consider that wound, so to speak. And it'll bring you clarity on how to move forward. And then the Moon is going to oppose Neptune. So that's really just Moon's in the 10th, Neptune's in the 4th. Yeah, so some things coming out that within yourself and within the home, or with some secrets within the home, or childhood secrets. It could be, certain the way we may have preferred things to be within, certain guidelines that we, or certain places that we call it home, or certain places that we find comfort in. You could see how that may need to be reconsidered or reconciled, so we aren't basically lying to ourselves and giving ourselves sweet whispers of nothing, with Neptune and the Moon, reflecting one another. Because you can see clearly how, or where, the rose-colored glasses whole aspect is being utilized. So now you basically take those off, so you can see clearly on how you put yourself out in the world versus how the world, says you should be as, a person, literally. So what is a person, right? Or what is a child? What is a corporation? What is a firm? What is a trust? All of these things, all of these words that you think it could be a whole reconfiguration of when you really do the due diligence to figure out what these terms really mean. So that whole truth and falsehood being strangely mixed is very imperative with this Moon opposed Neptune, and that's eradication, because Virgo is very detailed and structured, so it's gonna get to the nitty gritty of the subject matter. Period, because that's just Virgo. It's like the sub Scorpio almost. But yeah, just really find ways to find beauty in the darkness, so to speak. Find beauty in the things that doesn't seem so beautiful to whomever, whatever. That's the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That's like Moon opposed Neptune. So yeah, know who you are and where you come from, because that alone is the epitome of how you treat yourself and how you let people treat you, so to speak. Then we got Moon trine Pluto, right? Yeah, so Moon trine Pluto. Yeah, that's like, Pluto's in Capricorn, so now it's like you may have an idea, right? Pluto's in the first house. You may have an idea of who, where you come from. However, again, the way society has set things up with the Moon being in the 8th, it could have been a bunch of taboo and wickedness based on that, and it could have just been a bunch of lies, so to speak. And now there's a whole refiguration and transformation going on with Pluto trining the Moon in Virgo, and it being in the first house, Moon being in the 9th. The philosophy that we have been taught, so to speak, to believe we could be adjectives and colors or whatever, that's not actually identifying a nation of people. That whole reality itself, it can reconfigure how you think about yourself, how you feel about yourself, how you speak to yourself, so on and so forth. So thinking you are something less than a divine being, you will more than likely treat yourself as such and let people treat you as such. So with that whole realization that you are a divine being, but then at a point in time when you were treating yourself like a piece of shit, or seeing, somebody treat you like, letting someone treat you like a piece of shit, this whole revitalized energy here is kind of, it's beautiful, but it's unsettling because no one moves at your pace. So you have to, again, like Brother Hassan was saying earlier, you got to really do stuff for you and not for someone else's, fucking say so or fucking pat on the back. Basically, do what makes you feel good for you, and then things naturally just attract to you. Living for other people's guidelines is it's basically slavery. So remove the voluntary servitude mindset and the involuntary servitude, so to speak, just because it's sort of synonymous in a sense. So voluntary servitude is basically being eradicated here with the moon trine Pluto, because now moon Virgo, it's like what it is that needs to be served and how you want to serve and who and what actually deserves that energy. And with that, I yield the floor. The moon goes, that's the moon / aspect actually. Like, I think it goes for like 1 hour and 14 minutes, 13 minutes. So yeah, no major transactions for that 1 hour and 13 minutes. Right? You can do it.
It's looking like a hour and 24.
Oh yeah. 1829. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, 34.
Yeah, hour is it 20? 34, 24.
24.
Yeah, 24. 124.
1829. Yeah, you're right. 124 is now. Yeah, so you can do that. That's not that bad. 1 hour and 24 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Hold off on, spending your resources. Hold off on going to that restaurant, so to speak. But yeah, so Mars conjunct Uranus in the 3rd house. Yeah, this is a you should really do some writing, or read a book, because you'll pretty much surprise yourself, or whatever literature that you're into, you'll be surprised with the message that you come across. However, specifically with you writing your own, or thinking of publishing some book, you'll surprise yourself with whatever it is that you write. You should probably not even think about it and just let the pen in your hand move, so to speak, and whatever comes out, like probably have someone read it back to you and you not read it. That'll be pretty interesting. But yeah, this is big on like, again, connecting to nature though, because Mars and Uranus is in Taurus, it's in the 3rd house. So going back to your childhood, really, and doing those things that really, again, brings you life, like what really makes makes you feel good, and why it's like, why is it, you're finding out why it has so much value to you, rather than like its surface level, just like swinging on a swing set, so to speak. Just the fact that the air hits your face like it does, that should just is some sort of dopamine to you. You know what I mean? So really just, going back to, again, that part of yourself, and not being so focused on societal norms, like being a 40-year-old woman being on a swing set while the children are are in school, like, so what? Fuck it, do it. that's what you want to do. So again, just bringing that vitality back into your life, that's very important, and really connected to your ancient foremothers and forefathers, and knowing who you are and what your national descent is. It's very much so with that Mars and Uranus being in Taurus, it's connecting back to Earth and the roots of things. That's very imperative. And with that, I'll yield the floor. So,
well, we're gonna pass the mic to Brother Sean now. He's subbing in for beloved brother in whom we're well pleased, Brother Benjamin Day. Shout out to Brother JL in the chat also. JL is always consistent in showing up there. Shout out to you in the YouTube chat, JL. Islam to you, and peace and love, more. All righty. I yield to our beloved brother in whom we are well pleased, our beloved brother Brave Hardell, Brother Sean. I yield Islam.
Islam. All righty. All right, walking into this, just doing it. All right. So we got, sunrise, sun conjunct the ascendant, so sun's transiting Leo. So like my brother say, just get your shine on and, really connect to things that, bring you joy. That really lights that fire up inside of you. Yes. Lights the fire inside your heart, but not under your ass. Or the brother Jag right there. And I'll get into the first aspect. I'm not even sure what that aspect is.
Luna's ingressing.
Here got my back, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Luna's ingressing Libra.
All right.
And it's happening 5 minutes after 0000. So I mean, previous and boom shakalaka, tick-tocka. Don't stop her. There you go, bro.
Gratitude indeed. All righty. So, man, see, I try to say, I ain't gonna have no 6 houses. And soon as you hit it, I'm gonna just be quiet in my mind. Mm-hmm. Leave Jag alone. All right. So, we have Luna ingressing Libra here in the 6th house. So, this is going on at 100 hours, 5 minutes for those that 12:05 anti-meridian. And we have Luna ingressing Libra here. So, and I'm looking at this chart. Hey, Luna is in mutual reception with Venus. So, hey, that's some extra hoo-ha there, Busta Rhymes voice. Hoo-ha! For that ingress. So with Luna being in the 6th house, this is just a great time to, really get yourself some service here. If you've been looking at different services to get, hey, and, this is time, after the void of course, to get those, or now you can start looking at, something for yourself, like, getting your hair done, whether it's haircut, lineup, trims, nails, just all those various services, that you can get, just to treat yourself here. And for those creators, hey, you can go get you some new books, some paintbrushes, that you've been eyeing, or pencils, something to bring something more out of your creative side here. And let's see, with that mutual reception, Venus in the 3rd, lovely. So with that mutual reception going on between Luna and Venus there, you're really able to just beautify your mind and your home. There's this opportunity to really take what you've been thinking and really, bring that into the material inside your home here, with your, your loved ones, or, your partners, if you have one, or, just doing something really nice for your own house, or maybe something nice for the children. Like they've been wanting to, go to an event. So, hey, now, you're really able to take them somewhere nice to spark their creativity, especially like an aquarium, a zoo, or like, like one of those little bird shows, where you can go see different birds, something that, sparks something within them. And while you're doing that for them, thinking you're doing it for them, you're going to see something within yourself that's going to be able to have you really relate to the beauty, just from y'all's doing that travel and just something within yourself here. And finally, you can start to organize, just any different types of contracts that you've been looking at, to really start to secure your home and domestic life here. As this goes on. And then finally, I will say with Luna ingressing Libra here in the 6th house, it's, I'm getting like there's gonna be a get together at the Job. Somebody's gonna, throw like a work appreciation, or someone's gonna throw a little get together for everybody so that, just to break any kind of ice or, just get to introduce everyone. And, within the groups here, I will say, hey, it's just a coming together, everyone's able to start having conversations, that they might have been ignoring, and, kind of want to talk about, but hey, now they're going to have the sense like it's okay to, speak about your emotions, because through your emotions and you speaking and relating, now you're going to be able to connect deeper with everyone else. And it's going to be like, oh man, we could have been said this and got it out and really, be able to, either, one, hash things out or move away from limited perceptions that one has had about another and finding something that y'all can connect on and move on from there. And I will yield for the lunar ingress into Libra. Hashtag loving happiness. If you know that Al Green song, I know Brother Jag does.
Loving happiness. What's that supposed to mean?
I'm sitting in Blues Brothers right there. All right, what we got next? We've got a Venusian Uranian sextile. So, just a growth opportunity here. So we've got Venus transiting Cancer at 18 degrees, 43 minutes in the 11th house. And we have Uranus in the 9th house, 18 degrees, 43 minutes Taurus. Hey. So when it comes to, how you're relating, how you're wanting to connect and, see the beauty, that's really going to come out within your groups and friends, whether y'all, take a trip somewhere or, you're doing some planning here or you're just having like a regular conversations just about like your dreams and goals. There's going to be this real sense of beauty of, working with others who, we are in these different spacesuits, these bodies, but everyone having their own thing being different, but everyone's working towards that one goal. And, that you're seeing that beauty, from your home and you're able to see that also within your friendships and groups. Now there's this breakthrough going through that you're going to be able to really start to push and now just discipline your drive and, just how you really like to go about things. You're having this value breakthrough here, opportunity to really up your values. Like you might have been comfortable and stable with one type of way, but now you're coming into this higher knowledge, these conversations, coming across all this different content on, social media and just within books or, even, in your daily routines, you're starting to see, new things that can make you up your values here. So now you're being open to discussing those and not just staying structured and comfort. I'm really able to drive and, fight for what you truly value and so that you can up your values, because what may be comfortable now is truly not comfortable, but it's just a fear of stepping outside of that comfort zone to really and truly bring you the stability and comfort that you're seeking. And I will yield for that Venusian Uranian sextile. So, hey, just discuss it within the groups. This is like a group value breakthrough. All right, and next up, I have a lunar Jupiterian reflections here going on. So this is still on the Tuesday, the Mars day, miércoles, if I'm saying that correct. All right. On the active day here, so we have Luna at 8 degrees, 41 minutes. And this is occurring in the 10th house of career, guys. So this is just some, subconscious justice pertaining to your career and what you would like to do for the long term and reflection with your home life here. And, you're thinking about how can I really expand, my home, my domestic, relationships, how can I bring what I see, my vision, what I would like to do, and how that's projected. And now you're able to really reflect upon, how can you expand that at the home? What philosophies can you take, for higher education to not only share with yourself and your loved ones, but for the community as well. Because, just being all about self, you're really not going to be able to expand as much as you would like to. So, you have to bring that, humanitarian type of thing in there so that you can really transform what you do, what's hidden that could be blocking you, and take that into your career and your friends groups and just share it collectively for everyone. So that now there's justice being brought. And that's actively going to happen when you, really soak up just how you feel on the inside and just the reality of things. And now you're able to, relate and connect. So now you're going through, family trees here, healing family arguments, discussions, clearing out family, cords and trauma, and you're really able to start moving all this so that now what you would like to do, in your career, you're fixing that at home. So now when you're outside of your home, that energy, is able to still be spread and be brought and be beautiful, with what's going on with your subconscious and, how that's trying to expand. For this air, you're feeling airy and fiery. So how can you find a balance? How can you find a balance between that? And what that's going to come from is just getting creative in a new way, taking what you do on a daily and, improving that. It's like, hey, okay, I'm doing this on the daily. What can you do that, gives you a little push, kind of a little nudge outside from what you're normally and comfortably doing, so that now you can start to see what you're meant to do to break away from uncomfortability, which could be the mysteries of life. You're seeing all these, ideas being talked about, via social media or different groups, and you're kind of, might be fearful of it or not just really sure. But, being open to that is going to bring a sense of new values, a new sense of purpose and destiny, so that you can really just be the rebel against your own comfortability to bring you the justice that you deserve at home and outside of home. And I will yield for that Luna Jupiterian reflection, because we ain't doing nothing about the ops. And if you ain't know 7HealStar, we've been on top. We always gonna tell the truth. We ain't gonna fly. And I yield. Oh, I'm done. All right. And okay. Yeah, I'm still going here. All righty.
Two more, actually. Yes, two more.
Gracias, Moor. I'm really starting to like this Moor thing, from that black light.
Hilarious.
That's how a lot of folks are going to be feeling. And, next couple moon cycles next year, they're going to be like, this whole time I've been calling myself black, but I really could have been being more and understanding it more, getting that recognition that we've been having, but just being in a different, kind of reflection state, being in an op state, being black, not being more. But anyways, let's keep going here. So we have a lunar solar sextile. All righty. So we have Sol there in the 7th house. Right there. Let's see, 10 degrees. Yeah, in the 7th house, we have Luna in the 8th. All righty. So, Luna's still transiting Libra. So, you're still relating. You're still looking for the beauty here, bringing balance, to what's going on. So now you're really able to start looking at your emotions and your subconscious. So now you can start finding ways to really transform how you not only, one, beautify yourself, but two, how can you relate and share with others? How can you become more intimate with yourself and with how you treat yourself and how you share yourself with others? And now we've got Sol and Leo there. So now you're really able to start really finding ways to truly get more creative. You're already creative, you're already accepting the growth and just things from what you have done, but now you're really to start finding ways to expound upon that and just to really be able to communicate that. Because we look at, hey, Virgo is on the 8th house cup. So you look at Mercury, he's there, in Leo, 27 degrees in the 7th. So now, you're really able to start finding ways to shine within your partnerships, within your business partners. You're finding ways to, shine. Like, how can you constantly let the light shine and be generous and be noble and be honorable? Because being, something bigger than yourself, speaking from your heart, will always bring everything that you need. So now you're balancing just your conscious energies, your selfhood conscious energies with your beautiful emotions here, because emotions are beautiful. So now you're able to balance these between the two and communicate it. And, do it in a Kang way, Kang or Quang way with those others. And let's see anything else like that. And I think I'll yield for that. And I'll yield for that and get into my next aspect here, which will be a Venusian Martian sextile. Hey, so there's a lot of growth opportunity going on this Tuesday. It's going on. So we have Venus there, lovely Venus in the 5th house at 19 degrees, 24 minutes Cancer. All right, and then we got Mars there at 19 degrees, 24 minutes, Toro as well in the 2nd house. So this is just some creative value growth opportunity here. Really able to just seize what you have, honor what you have, and find ways to get creative to get more, but not in like a hoardish kind of way, but in a way that really brings your inner self-worth to the outer, because it all starts within first. It all starts in the, in the East first. So, and we got Venus right there in the 5th. I don't want to say, hey, there's going to be like some opportunities to meet someone new for those that are single. You've really been valuing yourself. For those that are in partnerships, hey, you're really able to start building upon what you have, your foundation. And you're really able to take any kind of like restrictions coming, or just what they will say is arguments, which is really just a growth opportunity to really just keep improving and build upon the house that you have and your values that you have, not only for yourself, but what you're merging, what you're transforming as being as one with that. And, able to just, even like cutting off like some bad habits. I would say like heavily sugar eating when you're nervous. Maybe instead of eating sugar, maybe finding ways like buying some vegan treats or buying some fruit, something like where you're still satisfying that, but it's not like in a harmful way. And finding ways to, shout from the rooftops, that you're valuable and that you're worthy. And finally, I will say for this Martian Venusian sextile, this growth opportunity here is that just really honor yourself and be proud of yourself. Be proud of your home, be proud of your values, even though they're changing or have changed, and just be okay with that. And I'll yield. I think I'll get into my final aspect for this lovely Tuesday.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that was it, bro. That was it. That was your last one.
Oh, bleep, 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 bleep. That's all, folks.
That was your last one, bro. It's Wednesday now. Brother Sean, thank you oh so much. I appreciate you. Brother Benjamin, thank you oh so much also. Because I know Brother Benjamin is he was prepared. It was just all in the whole consistency and the signaling of streaming. Small thing. And me just even sitting here and listening to Brother Sean give his diverse testimonies. Right now for Tuesday, I'm sitting here just even thinking, and I'm looking at different things, thinking about my chart. that's, you know, guys, when you're looking at us do this thing collectively, you should always have your chart in your mind if you've studied self well enough. And just kind of just look at when certain things, you know, make aspects to your natal planets in your chart, right? You can be able to get acquainted with that. You guys can, you know, go to 7HealStar.com, you know, sign up for our email list, of course. Guys, you can schedule a mirror session with it. Go to our About Us page if you would like to kind of streamline it a little quicker than just, oh, let me go to the appointments. But you can go to the appointments, the classes. The appointments is for the mirror session, guys. You can check out our classes too. We have these things there also for you. It's just that the reason why we're making sure you guys get the mirror sessions first and foremost, because we're making sure that you have these things for yourselves. Now, of course, you know, a lot of people have gotten mirror sessions from us. There have been people who have been sincere, given sincere testimony. And then there have been people who, you know, take what they've gotten from us in the mirror session, and then they're scamming or, you know, trying to pimp or womanize and things of that nature. Trust me, we've heard the reports. And with that being said, you don't, it's all hearsay to you, so you don't have to believe anything I say, actually. Believe nothing I say, actually. You know, you'll find out when certain things ring into your ears. However, the point that I'm making, guys, is that we're presenting this so, you know, we're in honor with the instructions, right? And there are people that have come before us that have these instructions also, but, you know, a lot of people before us are kind of bitter, right? So, you know, instead of being consistent, you know, in certain things, you know, they'll just try to keep finding new minds to try to put their grips into to see if they'll be, you know, under them and things of that nature. Whereas I and my brothers, we all are locked elbow in elbow walking forward together. You know, even though 7HealStar started with 7HealStar is ours. So as we go through the hours, right, the horus, right? So with that being said, guys, go to 7HealStar.com. Make sure you fill out, you know, join our email list. And if you would like, go to the About Us page. You can go and schedule your mirror sessions with either myself, Brother Corey Bay, Brother Terrell Tamari Bay, Brother Sean Alim L. Alrighty. And when Brother Benjamin is ready to hang his shingle out there, you guys will be able to get readings from him also for now, however, what I'm saying is you'll definitely be able to see Brother Benjamin every Monday and Friday. Alrighty, as he shares on every Moon Day and Venus Day. Alrighty, so and guys, that's, you know, super love there because he's doing a huge community service, guys, every Monday and Friday by, you know, by just presenting faithfully and still not hanging a shingle out there for you guys. However, that's his decision. You know what I mean? That's how he decides to, you know, work his certification, so to speak. And we're in full support, you know, because we know that the main goal is man, know thyself and thy father God Allah. And for you people that get offended when you hear God or Allah, right? It's mind, know yourself, and the process which Mother chose to call upon all balanced law pertaining to the Zodiac, which is really what it translates to. And it's just that there are a lot of, you know, even those that come before us that may have not, you know, they've gotten to a certain level, they only matured to a certain level, plateaued, and now we're taking it from there. However, the lesson that we're learning and what we're sharing with you all is, you know, as we grow and we become quote unquote elders, we trust that we're open enough to embrace the youth and not be closed-minded and bitter despite how certain endeavors may go and or may not go. Whether people support financially and or not, we know that the goal is to make sure that this information gets out there because that's the actual instruction that we have. However, you know, it was give it freely for 4 years. And then people like make classes for us that we can exchange for them. We're like, all right, cool. So then we made that for you with no problem. Show your children have astrology workshops for free, consistently in perpetuity. Since the YouTube channel is there for Astrology Street, guys, you have things there for you that we have put together that are consistent because they're there. However, there will be the cycle 2 for the Astrology Street. You know, it's been a couple years since we've done it. However, that's because I had to get this phone thing fixed or whatever and just see some things. I'm not busting you guys' heads. So we're doing things based off of things we build from our own hands within our own budgets or whatever, not taking any kickbacks, not taking any Showtime checks from people or any other television broadcasting system or whatever the case may be. We're not taking kickbacks or anything, and we're not, saying we're honorable, but doing other things out there in the street or whatever. It's like, guys, we're really doing this from how we got to the best way we can with the support that we do have from our loved ones, our immediate loved ones, right? Shout out to my beloved mother, Mistress Consort, on that note. And shout out to all of my bros, brother Terrell Tamari Bay, brother Corey Bay, for being the first two, all right, to have my back with this. And shout out to brother Sean Alim Mel and brother Benjamin Bay, brother Sean bringing a proposal. Hey man, let me join what you guys doing, like what's being done. And I just, learn as I go along. And I'm just like, hey man, I can always deal with sincerity. You know what I mean? When someone is sincerely, wanting to go and do their own thing, and that's why I make sure we are open to grow and do what we do. I took that little break in that little segment to do that little plug and just kind of, just share with you guys, some more of the example that is really necessary, guys. Really, really is. I just trust you don't really get caught up in, some seemingly BS things out there, especially on your Instagrams. I'm trying to tell you guys, some things used to be so honorable. It really used to be, man. But, I see now, the 7HealStar. Yeah, we're going to stay consistent, man. Our spaceship don't come equipped with rear view mirrors. So it is what it is. Here's your sunrise, 25 degrees. No, let me do this. Let me index because I know I got to hit it on the 3rd, right? Hit this next. Here's your sunrise, right? 11 degrees, Leo, 5 minutes. Look, 5 on the left, 2 on the right. Depends on how you're looking at it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's how we do it, right? 5 on the left, 2 on the right. When someone's facing you, that's how you'll see it, actually. You'll see the 2 on your left and, the 5 on your right. So with this growth here, right, and this ascension for the sun, right, this solar ascendant, right, conjunction here. All righty. With that being said, guys, look at sun's dignity. It's at a +5, right? That's so really, cool. So it has some dignity for it being in the sign which it rules. Conjunct the ascending, guys, we're able to really bring ourselves and our hearts, right? You can actually pour your heart out really here, Leo, right? The ascendant is the pitcher from which you pour, right? The sun is that vibrant energy that really exudes such an inspiring and jolting energy in this sense, because I'm really just kind of going off the vibe of this chart, guys, and just to really see how that is there. It's no need to have the fascination and denial within inside yourself. Like, you're gonna have to really go deep within, not too far, but just in your subconscious mind, guys, and just eradicate the things that are unjust to you, right? Make sure you're standing in your subconscious mind and be on the same page when you're communicating the things that are necessary for your own higher learning, right? Can you expand those things? Can you minimize the pain, or are you going to expand it, right? It's kind of what you're seeing here as I went from the 1st house for the sun and then the 3rd and 9th axis, as far as those houses are concerned there, as far as your sunrise, all right? So let's get into these final 2 aspects, actually, just for this particular cycle. For the 28th, right, July 2022 to the 3rd August 2022, all righty? So with that even being said, right, we are, let's see, 2 seconds, Luna and Venus. So Luna and Venus are quartile, right? This is the next aspect there. Okay, so there's an obstacle and a challenge between the subconscious mind and the way that we are relating our values to others, right? So the subconscious mind and relating the values, how are we going to get over this obstacle? All right, if we were to ask that question and this was a horary chart, so Mars is what we're asking and Venus is the answer, right? So Venus here in the 9th house, right? Through some very self-publishing, right? There it is again. Self-publishing pops up. Ding, 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 ding. Woo! Give it up for self-publishing, ladies and gentlemen. However, with that being said, guys, what we can really see getting over this obstacle and this challenge, all right, when we seeing this Luna Venusian, which is very interesting because they're still in mutual reception. So it'll be pretty easy to get over this here, all righty. What we're actually looking at, though, 1, 2, 3, right? Houses away, actually, when you're looking at both 9 and 11, right? So there's this communication from this self-publishing that really the people generally will be able to ultimately benefit from, all righty? So it's going to really, the people will find some balance, all righty? Some just, right? Justice, so to speak, some just ice, right? So maybe people will be able to take off from their 33rd degree and elevate more if they have the divine constitution to do so. And I mean their actual physical divine constitution to do so, their being. Alrighty, so with that being said, the people are just balanced in sharing those things that have been communicated to them that they've read. They're able to take out some value, may, find some fascination and denial with what has been published or what they've read or whatever, but they're really looking to the heart of the children, ultimately, within their fascination and denial. And it's like, man, I'm gonna keep the children in mind. And with that being said, keeping the children in mind, that means that we're going to actually make sure that any decisions made for higher learning purposes or decisions made for higher learning to pull the values out collectively for early childhood development, maybe it may be even for others' children, then we're going to make sure that, how these things are administered are being administered by sentient beings that are competent, so that the children will be having higher learning administered to them fairly and competently, to say that, all right? And here we go. Going into our trine, our lunar Saturnian trine. This is the final aspect here, right? Our lunar Saturnian trine. Alrighty, and this is taking place 1828. Look at that, 1828. Noah Webster's dictionary, right? That comes to mind. Let's see if it's actually 1828. It is 1828-04. Look at that for the 3rd of August, 2022, right? And again, guys, you already know this is Mercury Day at the Jupiter hour. Look at that, guys. Looky, Astro Cookie. All right. So with that being said, we see we got here and here. 22 is where we're working at. 22 degrees Libra, 42 minutes. 22 degrees Aquarius, 42 minutes retrograde for Saturn in the 1st house, right? Just like the guard for the 2nd house there, right? And interestingly so, with Luna still in mutual reception with Venus, it's really guarding the values, right? That fortunate institution, right? Hey guys, there's going to be some, you are really looking to, secure some things for yourself, and you really thought that there were some blockages there. The release of those blockages are actually happening on the 3rd of August, actually, right? And I'm just speaking collectively. There may be some things for you guys that may be a little different. It may be the fact that you may have some tools, right, that you enjoy working with, right? And these tools actually allow you to really transform how you go about, traveling in the world. So what will actually occur here, I think the people will be able to find some real divine balance in the foreign affairs that they take on, especially when, dealing with some, behind the scenes status type things. And they're going to really allow themselves to ultimately grow in a transformative way. It seems like as if they're guarding an essential means to really bring forth whatever it is that they think will be fortunate in institutionalizing some form of astrology in their life. I'm telling you, you guys are going to really I think this is a spark where some people are going to really take astrological writings seriously and take them into account. And that's when they're really going to start to really see what astrologers have always been saying. However, the ultimate claim or the ultimate say-so is for the heirs, and that is us, the heirs that are the Moorish Americans, the Moor American nationals, if you want to say it like that for you guys, but Moors, those that are Moorish American, right? We're the heirs, all right? And that first estate that we're regaining, that lost estate that we're regaining, is our minds, all right? And I'm saying that collectively, all right? However, with the regaining in that, which is no different than a seed, becoming that a special plant, all right, a special plant growing from that seed. Then with that being said, what we have here, actually, what we have here is a potential for some fruit to really allow ourselves to take on something a little more beneficial than what we feel. I know earlier Brother Sean was speaking on, making sure we're intaking nutrition a certain way. So I will say that there's going to be some type of decision probably in this day that you make when it comes to eating. It may be a foreign dish. What you may actually find out in you thinking you may not like something, you're gonna have a hey Mikey, he likes it moment, and really find yourself probably studying that culture pertaining to that food a lot more than you thought you were, as you may try to incorporate that, so to speak, into your own domicilitized institution. All right. So with that being said, I am going to, let me just stop the camera view here. Let's save it, right? Stop screen share, actually. Yeah, I'm just going to do that and stop the screen share on that particular, let me bring Brother Sean in. Boom, add to the spotlight. All righty. So, brothers, I know this one was this one was probably longer than people, I guess, expected or whatever, because usually we've been getting this done in like under 2 hours. But today was just one of those days to just kind of go in, because I know when I get these, I don't really like saying it too much, but those psychic impulses or whatever, and I always feel better than I can hear normally. And like as I'm sitting here giving these diverse testimonies with my beloved brothers in whom I'm well pleased, I'm being sent Instagram messages and stuff. It's like, okay, I see it. You see what I'm saying? It's like Brother Corey says, the most known unknown, but it is what it is though, and it's beautiful actually. All right, so with that being said, any questions, comments, and or suggestions from my beloved brothers in whom I'm well pleased? Brother Terrell Tamari Bay, Brother Sean Mel, Brother Benjamin Bay, thank you all so much. Brother Corey Bay, thank you as well, bro. We are all, we have still the best mornings ever, the most super duper mornings ever, right? And so it's just really, just allowing us to just be more frank, straight up to the point with you guys, without all of the niggerdom in it. I'm just gonna keep it a band, man. Like, so shout out, what's that video that we saw that Brother Corey shared of that Grand Dragon near South Carolina, the Ku Klux Klan? It's just like, even you can still be like, man, if we could just tweak his language a little bit, even he would be like, and I appreciate you, because now I got rid of all the confusion in my head, because sometimes when I say stuff out my mouth, I kind of don't get it, but I just say it. It's like I felt bad, but it's all good. So with that being said, guys, because I have human race pride, I guess, if that's how you want to look at it. And that being said, guys, I just really, if you guys really just took the chance to really see things how we see them, you'll be like, oh, snap, like, this other stuff I've been living, there's been a lot. Okay, cool.
change some things, transform some things, but it is what it is. I want to share some, what is that? The Astrology Street. I got a Leo video I want to put up there or whatever, so that you guys can see that. Because I know usually on Saturdays we post that. But again, guys, I'm, acclimating and just really enjoying the life decision that I and my beloved mother mistress consort made. So it's just where I'm at, guys. I graduated, Brother Hassan, man. We're not keeping up with anybody's like expectations. You know what I mean? We just moving forward, right? Me and my Leo Mercury Moorish brother there, along with his Mercury twin. That's there also, right? And as we all are related astrologically some kind of way, right? However, with that being said, are there any other questions, comments, and or suggestions? Brother Sean Alim Mel going once. Brother Sean Alim Mel going twice. Brother Terrell Tamari Bay going thrice. Right?
It looks like a no.
Yo, wow. I know, right? Like a no. I said no. All right. So with that being said, bro, mothers and brothers, sincerely, we do love you. We're not here to cater to you or make you feel all great and stuff. We're here to tell you the truth because you're in a world that loves lies. So we're going to be living truth so that you guys can, actually have some real valuable experiences out there. All righty. So with that being said, we are going to say our namaste. Islam. Peace.